I started noticing that the way I was perceived was slightly different than what I had become used to. And then I would put photos of myself in bikinis. All of a sudden I started getting the influx of, "Are you a little desperate there, Grandma? How about you cover up and spare us the look of your poor aging body?" I was sort of getting relinquished to the invisible women category.
Alright guys, go and check out this compilation video. Here we go.
Is there anyone else out there in their 40s like me who feels kind of invisible? Like, I'm not as cute as I was in my 20s and 30s. I'm definitely not as fit as I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't have as much hair as I used to have. It's literally falling off like the top of my head.
You do become a little more invisible the older you get as a woman, unfortunately. I don't get asked out on a lot of dates. I never get asked out on dates. I don't know if it's being 55 in Los Angeles or if it's just a strange town.
What is the biggest confidence killer for women over 50? Men over 50. They never look at you anymore.
When I was 55, I felt like I was starting to fade. I felt like I was starting to go invisible. I felt dismissed. I felt ignored. I felt like I was washed up.
When I was 15, I started modeling, and it was a very hard thing to walk away from. Then around the age of 45, I started noticing that the way I was perceived was slightly different than what I had become used to. And then I would put photos of myself in bikinis. All of a sudden I started getting the influx of, "Are you a little desperate there, Grandma? How about you cover up and spare us the look of your poor aging body?" I was sort of getting relinquished to the invisible women category.
I mean, tough. It is what it is. Okay, now they feel invisible. They've stayed in the single dating market for too long, thinking that they have options until infinity. And there's not going to be an end to the free validation and attention they were receiving in their 20s, right? All the free attention, validation, the free meals, getting into the club for free, hookah and crab legs. Yeah, all of that stuff comes to a screeching halt because they're now competing with younger women. They are supposed to secure their husband and exit the race, right? They think that they're gonna stay in the race until infinity, and what, dudes are supposed to accept them any which way, shape, or form. And now they claim to feel invisible, when in reality, you're just being treated like everybody else, okay? There's nothing special about you. Okay, you're just a human being, just like everyone else. And they're basically tasting the life of an average man.
You say you like your natural, right? Voila, nigga. Where we going? I'm hungry.
Stop it. Get some help.
This gonna hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low-key gives you the ick? Oh, I know my answer. And my answer is for surely gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but I truly don't give a fuck. I cannot date a man who is a good father.
What? What the?
There's always a back-to-school night, a parent-teacher conference, a birthday party, a play date, a recital, a game. There's always something that he has to be at.
Yo, so wait a minute. If you're a bad father, I'm assuming it's a red flag. If you're a good father, it's a green flag, but it's a low-key ick. Yo, my head hurts.
So, I'm literally known for cheating on every boyfriend I ever had. Like, it's just something about them that it just don't make me happy. So I feel like I have to cheat. And then when I get caught, I cry about it. Every time I ever got caught cheating, I cry so hard, like, it take me back. And then, what make it worse is, I always say, it's your fault. It's not even funny, like, I need to know the science behind this. Why am I like this? My mom and dad don't cheat on each other. Where I learned this behavior? It's bad. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, there you have it, folks. She is a professional cheater. professional cheater, right? She's going to gaslight you, cry in your face, play in your face, and lead you to believe that you did something wrong. You're the issue. She's trying to play with your emotions. So, hey, we're going to use this video as data and research purposes on who to avoid.
I did dream of my wedding growing up. And that's not to say that I didn't dream of the bigness of my life, but I could have spent a lot more time dreaming of my life. And you know, as much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, I still wouldn't want the wrong partner.
That's a great point for people to hear.
I'm not interested in that. You have to make my life better. It can't just be, you know, I'm in a relationship to be in a relationship. So even though the grief does emerge and that comes and I hold that, I think of what I've done and I think of, I woke up every morning trying to do my best. I didn't wake up one morning and be like, I'm going to mess this day up.
That's right.
So I must be where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know. Sometimes I think of all of the things I've done, the courage that I've had to have and what I've had to learn how to navigate as a single person with no one to hide behind. And it's built a really beautiful experience around me. And I have incredible friends.
You do.
I mean, this is a coping session at this point in time, trying to justify her bad decisions, her poor decisions when it comes to her dating experiences. Right? Because Tracy, you know, Tracy Ross in her prime, she probably had a lot of options. She probably had a lot of guys hitting her up, guys that were interested in her, probably wanted to get married, you know, have kids, so on and so forth. And she decided to stay in the single dating market, right? So now you have a blitz of these older women, okay, modern women getting on these podcasts, trying to justify their poor decisions and why they're now dating younger guys. We even have Joy Taylor coming out here and saying that she would date a 25-year-old guy. Okay, keep in mind, Joy Taylor is 38, okay, damn near 40. What is a 25-year-old man going to teach a woman that's damn near 40? I mean, we know what it is, right? She gonna get the pipe, you know, you gonna blow her back out and she's gonna have a good old time. So, you know, hey, that tends to happen with these older women. They tend to gravitate towards younger guys, clap the cheeks, or they just stay single and bitter.
One of the reasons why man talks about woman hitting the wall at 35 is because a woman in her 40s sexual appetite increase exponentially. And if a man wasn't taking care of his body, he's not going to be able to keep up with that woman's needs. He's not going to be able to please that woman because the woman is going to want it back to back to back, right? And if the man wasn't taking care of himself, he's not going to be able to keep up, right? And a lot of these men, they're suffering from ED, they're suffering from health issues. And so if they're with a woman in their 40s, they're going to be embarrassed. That is one of the reasons why women in their 40s date younger men, because they want the stamina, they want the duration. They don't care if they have to train the man or to teach the man skill. They want the duration, they want the stamina, because those women, their appetite have increased so much, right, that they just want pleasure, right? And the duration, the stamina is what they need to be pleased. Because when a woman is in their 40s, their sexual appetite is insatiable, and it needs a man who have been taking care of his body to keep up, to quench that woman's fire.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think this is the first time that I've heard this one. The mental gymnastics, it's remarkable. It truly is, because her whole argument is men don't date older women because they can't handle them. Their sexual appetite is so advanced that a man is, he can't, like, I don't even know, man. I'm trying to make sense of what she's trying to say. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I would make the argument dealing with a younger woman that's 23, 24 years old, hey, you need a whole lot of energy. I'm just saying, okay? A woman that's 24 years old versus a woman that's 44 years old, yeah, you're gonna need more energy with the 24-year-old woman. I'm just keeping it real. But you know, hey, according to model women and even older women here, they're basically saying, yeah, you just can't handle her. A woman that's 35 plus, 40, 50s, yeah, you can't handle her sexually. And my thing is this, why don't you have a husband? If you want to be sexually charged, why not just do that with your husband? Just do that with one man. You know what I mean? Like, why are you out here dotting and bopping, okay, hookah and crab legs at 40, 45, 50? I'm just saying.
The only thing that humbles women is time. I know a lot of y'all out there, man, are in a position where y'all feel like, man, y'all ain't getting the options that y'all want, and that women just ain't feeling you, man. Let me give y'all a news flash. The same way you feel is the same way women will feel as time goes on. You see what I'm saying? As time go on, men get better. As time go on for women, they get worse, because you have to think about it. Women go through, you know, life on easy mode. You know, they get all the options they want. They get all the attention. And they have the pick of the litter. Women, I'm telling y'all right now, especially when they're in their prime, they have the choice to get married very quickly, but they choose not to do it. So y'all must understand that time humbles women, because as time goes on, most women don't work out. They don't take care of their health. And their beauty starts to decline, guys. When their beauty starts to decline, that's when the game is over. Understand that, man. The wall, they call it the wall. The older and older women get, the more boyfriends and boyfriends they go through. They start to realize the good men that they pushed off. They start to realize that instead of partying and, you know what I'm saying, just going through man after man all those years, they should have really settled down with a husband. Women start to realize this very quickly. When they start getting around like 27 to 30 and 30 and up, they start to realize that, bro. So understand, right now you might not be winning, but in due time, guys, you will start to win. It takes time, you know, but women aren't going to be humble in their prime years from 18 to, you know what I'm saying, 25, 26, sometimes 27. It just depends on that beauty, and the rate is declining it. But time is the only thing, guys, that is going to humble them. And then you have to think about it. In time, they've been tracked up a whole bunch of baby daddies. They've been tracked up a whole bunch of debt. It's just a lot of things that will just naturally happen to women, because women, they live life very carelessly. So you will see it, man. Time will humble them. Just be patient, King.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so shout outs to this young brother that actually gets it, and he realizes what's going on. Okay, more and more men are waking up, young men waking up and understanding and realizing what's really happening. Okay, life does get better as you put the work in. If you got to go back to school, get that certificate, start that business, you know, read more, travel more, have more hobbies, have more interests, protect your peace, do what you need to do to level up and to really enjoy life as you start to get older. Okay, things do get better. Put the work in, put your head down and get to work. And he's absolutely right when it comes to time, really humbling women. Okay, especially for the women out here in the single dating market, thinking that they have unlimited time and men are going to accept them any which way, shape, or form, regardless of what they've done in the past. And as we know, nah.